We're going to represent their departments as well. I want to make sure I give them a chance to speak.
Great.
We have Dr. Stephen Yano from Communication Studies and Dr. Diane Keys from Government. So I'll turn it over to Dr. Yano first.
So I'd like you to take a moment and bring to mind someone who you admire as an outstanding communicator. Could be from pop culture, could be from politics, but I find that to be rare these days. Could be from sports. Bring that person to mind, just for a moment. Got somebody? Now I want you to think of a principle or a value that you associate with that person. What are some of the words that come to mind? Yes?
Professional.
Yes?
Dedication.
Professional, dedication, anything else?
Relatable.
Relatable?
Optimistic.
What was that?
Optimistic.
Optimistic.
Confidence.
Confidence.
Knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable.
Engaging.
Engaging. Somebody else said another one, I think.
Compassionate.
Compassion. This is very good. We could keep doing this. Very good. Now, the paradox that we face in communication is, do these people hold these values, and is that why they're good communicators? Or does communication allow us the access to articulate these values and place them upon the person? What is that? Well, welcome to the study of communication arts. Or, as I was studying it, rhetoric, which is the fancier word for it, but communication arts. 3 things I'm going to do with you in 5 minutes. First, some disambiguation that needs to be done. Second, a little inspiration that you can carry on to the students. And third, some practical matters. So, away we go. Disambiguation. We have 2 communication programs at this university. Why? Why do we have that? I think the university is kind of like it's kind of like your friend who has a lot of clutter. I can't get rid of that. I can't get rid of that. All these things are important. It's just kind of everywhere. Well, I can't. That's really special. That reminds me of this. And it's like, oh my God, what's going on? So here's the easy way to separate these things. Communication studies, me, is sort of the philosophy and the practice of what I'm doing right now. Trying to get you to pay attention to something you probably don't care that much about. Well, there might be a financial incentive to know these things, maybe. But, you know, if you had your choice, you wouldn't be listening to me. Communication arts, which they do in Collins, is about running the camera. It's the traditional radio, TV, film, if those of you are old like me, and remember the RTF majors. Radio, TV, film, media studies. The media. Now, what's defined as the media is in flux right now, in a big way. There's a big writer's strike, actor strike, all this stuff. Netflix, all that stuff, podcasting, all of that's going on over there. What we do is the root of that, the baseboard of that, which is the idea of, if I want you to believe or feel or think or do something, and all I have is my words and an ethic, that I'm not going to force you to do it unless it's good reasons to do it, that's all I've got. That's what I've got. That's what we study. That's what we study. So that's the difference. Communication studies is that baseboard. Communication arts is media. Got that? I think that's a good way to differentiate it. Okay, point 2, inspirational stuff. We live at a moment, a crisis moment in history where communication is more important than ever and it's slipping away. Climate change was mentioned. It's slipping away. National politics, democracy, slipping away. We can't seem to talk to each other about ideas anymore. For those students who feel an intense sense of responsibility, panic, or concern about this is the major for them. This is the major for them. For those students who are in college and they're like, I really want to make a difference. I want to change things. I can see something brighter. I just don't know how to do it. This is the major for them. This is the major that gives you the tools, like we had to mention on the slides about soft skills. Do you want to slot yourself into a skill, or do you want to have the tools, the ability to define the skills of the future? That's communication studies. Oh, this thing I do, this is a skill. Oh, I didn't know that. Are you going to find a place in current employment world for yourself, or are you going to make them want to find a place for you through your ability to argue, persuade, identify problems, and solve them? That's the beauty of communication. You say, well, we can use it to solve problems, but what if you also have the power to identify the problem and say, the most important problem is this? Oh, well, now you're at a huge advantage, sweeping all that other stuff away. So that's the inspirational component of it. The final component is practical. We're a very low credit major. We work well with lots of double majors. We've had majors from all over the university do it, but we also have some great minors too. There are students who want that communication boost to help them in whatever they're doing. Maybe you have a student who really wants to be an attorney and they're doing criminal justice or they're doing legal studies, but they're very shy or not very good community. You wonder about them. You're like, how are they going to do this? I don't know how they're going to do that. Well, we have a minor for that. We have solutions for that. So that's communication studies. That's the thing that I've spent my whole life wondering about and studying, and hopefully you'll send us some students who also will get trapped with me in this paradox and maybe can help us figure it out.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Diane Heath from Government and Politics. So we in the Department of Government and Politics